Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a like up. Liv Morgan is marching into WrestleMania 41 as the Women's Tag Team Champion. However, her mischief knows no bounds, as she has been one of the most notorious stars on the roster. The Miracle Kid might pull off another such move in the upcoming episode of Raw. Morgan could invade a major championship match. The Judgment Day member could attack two-time WWE Women's Champion Bayley during the latter's match on the show tonight. The role model is set to face Lyra Valkyria for the Women's Intercontinental Championship. Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez have been at odds with Valkyria and Bayley for the past few weeks. This week on SmackDown, the babyface duo will team up for a gauntlet match to earn a shot at the Women's Tag Team Championship at WrestleMania 41. To slow down their potential challengers, Morgan and Rodriguez could invade the Women's Intercontinental title match tonight. She could take out Bayley at ringside with a brutal beatdown, causing the match to end in a no contest. The Judgment Day members could then turn their attention to Lyra Valkyria and ambush her as well. Valkyria versus Bayley is a battle of two babyfaces, putting WWE in a tough spot to determine the outcome. Having either of them lose clean right now could hurt their momentum, especially with WrestleMania just around the corner. Besides, the company is not seemingly planning a title change here. Therefore, there is a high possibility that Liv Morgan and Big Mommy Cool may crash this match. However, this is entirely speculative at this point. Liv Morgan has been holding the Women's Tag Team title with Raquel Rodriguez since February 2025. However, since becoming a tag team champion, the Miracle Kid has been hopping on random feuds on both Raw and SmackDown. However, the clock could be ticking on her title reign, as she could lose her gold at WrestleMania 41. Ever since stepping into the tag team division, Morgan has somewhat lost her momentum. A lot of fans have been clamoring to see her back in the singles division. Therefore, by dropping the Women's Tag Team title, the 30-year-old can easily transition into the Women's Intercontinental title picture. The Women's Tag Team title has been lost in a shuffle for a long time, and this could be the right time to elevate it. Therefore, Triple H could crown new faces as the Women's Tag Team Champions at the Show of Shows. Also, the post-WrestleMania period marks the beginning of fresh feuds, and it could be the perfect time to stir up the Women's Intercontinental Championship picture with Liv Morgan's involvement. The winds of chaos are swirling in WWE's women's division, and at the center of the storm is none other than Liv Morgan. The former SmackDown Women's Champion has been operating on the fringe of WWE programming in recent months. Mysterious, unpredictable, and perhaps more dangerous than ever. But now, with rumors heating up and cryptic hints from WWE's official channels, fans are bracing for what could be Morgan's most destructive return yet. Insiders are pointing to next week's WWE Raw, where a major women's championship match is scheduled to headline the show. All signs are pointing to Morgan interfering in a big way, ruining the match, attacking a top multi-time champion, and kickstarting a brand new feud that could redefine the division heading into the summer. Let's dive into the scenario, the clues, and the chaos Liv Morgan may soon unleash. WWE Raw is hyping a blockbuster main event, Becky Lynch versus Io Sky for the WWE Women's World Championship. It's a dream match on paper. One of the most decorated superstars of her generation in Becky Lynch, against one of WWE's most technically gifted athletes in Io Sky, the former Damage CTRL standout and current fan favorite Rogue. The stakes? Sky's redemption arc, and Becky's resurgence as the face of the Red Brand's women's division. But behind the scenes, WWE is reportedly planting seeds for something much darker to emerge from this match. According to internal sources, Liv Morgan is being positioned for a major storyline shift, and she could very well make her move during this very bout. Liv Morgan hasn't been quite the same since returning from injury late last year. The bubbly underdog who once captured the hearts of the WWE Universe with her relentless perseverance has evolved into something edgier, colder, calculated. Gone are the sparkles and smiles. In their place, cryptic promos, sudden bursts of aggression, and an aura that suggests she's teetering on the edge. And if there's one thing we know about Liv, it's that she thrives in chaos. Her recent appearances have been limited, but every time she's shown up, whether it's ringside, backstage, or even in the crowd, something happens. A distraction, a brawl, a sudden disappearance. She's haunting the division, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. And what better moment than a live Raw main event for the Women's World title? Among the many multi-time women's champions in WWE, Becky Lynch is a prime target for Liv Morgan. The two share a layered history dating back to 2022, when Becky briefly mentored Liv, only to later question her toughness and star power. Though the two seem to bury the hatchet, Liv's descent into darkness could reignite those old wounds. Many fans believe Morgan still harbors resentment toward Becky for doubting her when she needed guidance most. A public, high-profile beatdown of the man would not only shock the WWE Universe, it would send a message to every woman on the roster. Liv Morgan isn't here to play nice anymore. She's here to burn it all down. The method, how it could go down. Let's imagine the scene. Raw's main event is in full swing. Becky Lynch and Io Sky are tearing the house down. Near falls, counter after counter. The crowd is on their feet. Just as Becky lines up for the manhandle slam, the lights flicker. A murmur runs through the arena. Suddenly from the crowd, Liv Morgan leaps the barricade, dressed in black, eyes wild with fury. She yanks Becky out of the ring and drives her into the steel steps. The referee throws the match out. Io watches in shock as Liv turns toward her next and delivers oblivion onto the announce table. The show ends with Liv standing tall over two fallen champions, her expression unreadable, her intentions terrifyingly clear. If this ambush happens, WWE would be launching Liv Morgan into a massive storyline. Let's explore the most compelling directions it could take. 1. Triple threat title match at Backlash. The simplest direction is to have Morgan inserted into the Becky vs. Io feud, creating a heated triple threat for the Women's World Championship at WWE Backlash. Liv's inclusion would add volatility and unpredictability to the match, and allow for continued character development as a darker anti-hero or villain. 2. A one-on-one blood feud with Becky. Morgan vs. Lynch is a money match waiting to happen. With enough personal animosity and emotional storytelling, this could headline a premium live event. Imagine Liv saying Becky never believed in her, and now she'll destroy everything Becky holds dear. The promos would be electric. 3. Liv Morgan forms her own faction. There's also buzz that Liv could be forming her own twisted alliance, a trio of unhinged women tired of being overlooked. Think a darker version of Absolution or Riot Squad. An attack on Becky and Io could be her way of planting that flag. The psychology behind the turn. Liv Morgan isn't turning heel just to get noticed. She's doing it because she's done waiting. She clawed her way to the top once before, won the Money in the Bank contract, cashed in, held the SmackDown Women's Championship, and then quietly faded back down the card. Now she's back, but she's different. Her promos suggest she's embraced the pain, the rejection, the betrayal. She no longer wants to earn her spot. She's here to take it, by force if necessary. That edge, that instability, it's what makes her dangerous. And WWE knows it. Fan reaction and future star power. The WWE Universe is already buzzing with anticipation. Reddit threads and Twitter are filled with fan theories. If Liv costs Becky the match, she's going full Joker mode, and I'm here for it. Liv's about to unleash her dark era. Let the chaos begin. Io vs. Becky vs. Liv? Take my money. Liv Morgan has always had a loyal fan base, but this version of her, raw, reckless, ruthless, has the potential to break through to a whole new level. With the right booking, Liv could become the division's wild card. WWE's Harley Quinn with a mean streak and a chip on her shoulder. Sometimes it takes total destruction to build something new. Liv Morgan is done smiling for the camera. She's done being the underdog who always falls short. She's ready to step into the spotlight, not as a champion yet, but as a force. If she crashes next week's Raw main event and lays out both Becky Lynch and Io Sky, It could mark the start of WWE's next great women's rivalry and a defining chapter in Liv Morgan's career. Because in WWE, the most dangerous superstars aren't the ones who hold the titles. They're the ones with nothing to lose. Want a follow-up article after Liv's attack? Or maybe a promo battle between Liv and Becky? Just say the word, and I'll bring it to life.